Welcome to the Link Show. Great to have you with us. And guess what? It is the first one of the year, and boy, are we excited. And we're on a bit of a road trip. My name is Dougal. Without further ado, Rhoda is here. Hello, Rhoda.
Hello, Dougal. Welcome, everybody. And we're back, people. We're back. Back to the Link Show, and very excited. Exactly where we're finding ourselves as well. Very excited about today.
Yeah, because everything Northlink we cover in the Link Show. It is truly fascinating. It is absolutely amazing because you get like an in-depth expose, if you will, of everything that makes Northlink tick. And more importantly, when it comes down to the amazing courses that's being offered. And that is really what it's all about. Now, as I said a short moment of course ago, we are at the Bellville Campus. That is where we find ourselves today.
That's where we find ourselves today, Dougal. And you know, we've been here before, so you need to go look at some of the other episodes as well. But today is extremely special because today, you know what, times change, Dougal. Things has changed. The world out there is changing. No more papers, it's barcodes and all of these things. Technology is changing all the time. And you know what? Northlink is on top of their game and is exactly where we're finding ourselves. They've started a welding simulator. So, you know what? We're here to discuss it and actually find out more about it as well.
And we certainly got to do that because we know you're watching this right now. You're thinking to yourself, I definitely want to further my career. I definitely want to get the education and the training that is involved with them. And also if you're a school goer right now, mom, dad watching this, educators watching all of this, prospective students, this is definitely your gateway. This is where you need to be. And all the details, you can simply visit Northlink's website and you will find a whole array of courses. And like Rhoda said, the one we're going to delve in today, all the details will be there. It is very, very easy. So, getting back to today, of course, this is an interactive show, and I'm sure you've got a question or two. There's one or two things that you would like to know about this broadcast, and of course, everything that is being discussed in this for the content for today. So, by all means, get in touch with us. The details at the bottom of your screen, of course. We're looking forward to your questions and comments that comes through, and hopefully we can address those as well. But we find ourselves today at the Bellville Campus, of course, which is really fantastic. And you said a moment ago we were here before.
That's right, Dougal. It was very exciting. And you know what? One of our guests was on the show, and you know what? He had a passion. I mean, I felt like becoming a mechanic by the time I was done with that course because, you know, I was so inspired and just having a look. And, you know, we took a tour and we had a look at the venue as well. And today we again got a special gentleman that, you know what? When he speaks, the passion just shines from him.
Yeah. And this is really what it's about. So we're at a campus that is really, it's eye-candy. That's all I can say. It looks absolutely fabulous, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody that walks around here, the passages and the hallways look beyond exceptionally happy. And of course, you can definitely see you're at a place of higher learning and training because there's definitely a vibe in the air. And passion definitely speaks to it. Now, we've got the experts on board for you today, of course. And we not only are we going to get the opinion and, of course, the insights from Northlink College itself in terms of the facilitators and instructors as well, but also we will definitely touch base to people who are actually doing the course.
Oh, yeah.
But let's get straight into it. Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready to go. Let's go.
So we've got a couple of guests today. Now, Rhoda mentioned a short while ago, welding simulators.
That's right, Dougal, simulator. So it's really, you know, you watch YouTube where these guys got these glasses on and they knock the TVs and things like that. So this is where we're heading, people. Everything is becoming virtual, Dougal. That's the word, virtual. And this is what Northlink has done. They've gone virtual.
Definitely. So it is all happening, and that's going to be fantastic. But let's get things underway here with our link show today. And our first guest today is Owen Francis, who is the HOD of Occupational Programs here with the Bellville Campus. That's where we find ourselves. Owen, thank you so much for having us today. Welcome to the link show. How are you?
Again.
Welcome to Bellville South.
Thank you.
So the last time you were here, we were in the automotive workshop.
Yes.
That's right.
And today we find ourselves in the welding department to promote our welding simulators. So that's for today on our menu. So we were busy with it for a couple of months now. And now is the time to showcase what we are busy doing, to showcase the benefits of going virtual. We will also hear about the students, their experience, and how they've excelled in the training program, which is the apprenticeship training program, and also the facilitator to give insight, the benefits for the facilitators to be able to teach and share their knowledge on the next level, and that is virtual, and that's where we're going. So yeah, we were all excited.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So let's unpack it a bit, Owen. Just in terms of the occupational programs that's being offered here, if you could just recap that for us at the campus.
So a lot of people is still unknown about the occupational qualification. So previously it was all the legacy trades, like your CBMT. Now the occupational space, everything is under one umbrella. So it's a 3-year program. Apprenticeship is now 3 years. Previously it was 4 years. So everything has shifted over to occupational programs. The time period is less. And obviously QCTO is the mother of all occupationals, whether you are at university, at the TVET, at the private provider, everything is occupational. We are rolling out occupational programs, especially for our trades. So all our trades at this campus is accredited for occupational training. It's your boiler making, welding, automotive, diesel, auto electricians, panel beating and spray painting. We're also going in the route of skills programs. And the skills programs in the occupational space is credit bearing. So previously you just got the certificate. Now you can carry the credits over and it will build into the full qualification. So for argument's sake, welding is 394 credits. So if you do 2 skills programs of 90 credits, it adds to your full qualification. So it's all those small things that we're adding. And for me now, at this moment in time, it's actually a good platform for companies also. If they're not aware of the occupational qualification, is to share with them and say, come to us so that we can share with you what's happening, what's going to start July 2024, the rollout, and how ready we are. So that's the space with the occupational qualification.
Okay, that is brilliant. Now, in terms of a welding program, I mean, is there, let's talk, because this occurs to be something that is exceptionally practical.
Yeah.
But I would also imagine there's a certain amount of theory.
Yeah. So in the welding, if you look at criteria to get into the welding program, it's the occupational qualification. You need a minimum of grade 9. Previously, it was matric, maths and science, if you had N2 and N3. But the occupational is minimum grade 9. The theory is all covered over the period of the 3 years. And people will say, we're lowering the standards and stuff like that. Remember, there are kids that, from an educational point of view, they're not that sharp, but practically. So now we're making it much easier with the teaching and learning and transferring that knowledge to the practical. So especially with the virtual training, it's much easier for them. So everybody's saying, but what type of learner or artisan we're going to get out with a grade 9 compared to a grade 10? You'll see the results when you bring them here and we put them through the test. They're competing on the same level. So welding, also it's 3 years, and it starts off with your theory, your institutional theory at the campus, and with the occupational qualification, you must have an employer up front. Remember in the past, the learners were just coming to the college, they were training, but they didn't have employment. Now you must have an employer first, so you must sign an apprenticeship contract, and I think that is very beneficial for the apprentice. So you don't just have to go on training for the sake of just doing a course. Now you're going to go and you've got an employer that's going to pay you a salary, and train you and get you qualified at the same time. So
wow.
that is the one benefit of the occupational program.
Occupational program.
In that space.
Okay.
Sounds fantastic. You're going to enroll, right?
I'm definitely going to enroll. And then just touch again, what is the course requirements, the criteria for a student and a company? What is the criteria?
So for a company, the company needs to be workplace approved. So they need to follow the accreditation process to be workplace approved. If they're not workplace approved, they can't take on APPIS. Once you're workplace approved, you can take on APPIS. So that's the one part. The other part is in the TVET sector, you need to be accredited by QCTO. So once those two boxes is ticked, now you're ready to taking on apprentice. The minimum criteria, like I said, was grade 9.
Grade 9,
but if you're a company and you've got grade 10s, matrics and learners from the college that's got N1 or N2, you can still take them. But the minimum criteria is grade 9.
Grade 9.
And once that contract is signed up front, very important, they must sign the contracts up front first. They must be employed. Then the institutional training starts. Currently, we're running the course program, and it's 3 months at the institute, like at the college, and then 3 months back at the workplace, and then another 3 months. So we've got some feedback from industry to say, guys, it's a bit tough, 3 months is a bit long, so we're listening to industry and we're adjusting our plan or schedule for the year to accommodate industry, because remember, without industry, we're not going to exist. So in that sense, so they're 3 months here, 3 months at the workplace. At the workplace, they must cover certain components in the logbooks. I think it's 190 credits. Logbooks get signed off by qualified artisans, which is their mentors. Obviously, on the campus side, we monitor that and to make sure that they get the necessary exposure at industry. And after the 3 years, they will do an ISA, which is your trade test as we know it. It's now exit level test. And after that, they will get their red seal and then they're qualified. Another component that we're adding to the welding section is your coded welders. That's more specialized.
What is that?
So it's more. So if you're qualified, you must be at least a year qualified, and then you go over to coded welding. That's more specialized. That's when you go work on the oil rigs and all those things. So there's that component as well, and that is 90 credits. And that's for a full year. So we're building on. So we're starting with the skills programs, your work readiness, workshop essential skills, workshop tool assistant. And the reason why we're bringing that in, because there's a gap between school and industry. Our kids is not ready. So what we do as Northlink, we're going to the schools and assisting them from grade 11 and 12 to prepare them for industry. So that's the space that we're playing in.
Oh, that makes it so much
I
sense.
actually want to ask you this because of what you said a short moment ago in terms of where the industry gives you a certain amount of feedback and you try and incorporate that. How important is that partnership? Because, I mean, technology is changing, the way we operate in life is changing, the industry demands, the needs are changing. How important is it to have that sort of feedback, bouncing back and forth?
That is a very, very important relationship. That's critical to our business, because we have to get industry's feedback, because they're going to tell us whatever we're doing is industry related. For argument's sake, if we're not going to teach what industry needs, what is going to happen to the students? They're going to be unemployed. Exactly. So that partnership is very important, and we take that very serious. So whatever company, we invite them, we have sessions with them, we get feedback. If there's, we do make mistakes. We're not perfect, but it's how we fix it. And that communication with industry, and industry is very important to the TVET sector, especially to our youth. Without them, there's not going to be employers.
Yeah, so just, sorry, Dougal. Companies out there that's obviously looking at this now, they need to contact you if they're interested in this program? If there's companies that doesn't know about this, they need to obviously contact you, and then from there you will see if they basically tick the boxes, if they can actually become an industry for you?
So if companies are interested, or if they're not aware of the occupation, it doesn't matter if it's in our space, engineering or anything related, they can phone us. We will assist. We assist companies with workplace approval, because companies don't have time to do documentation.
Exactly.
They don't have time for that. That is our space. We assist. We've got people. We assist. We go out to them. We assist them to the point where they can take on APPIS. For me, that is important, because that's where your partnership starts. Exactly. And for me, they can contact us at the college, email, and we will get the relevant people out to them to assist them, to get them to a point where they can take on apprentices. We even go as far as getting funding. So with the cost program, we're getting funding for institutional training. So that's half of what the apprenticeship is, and to help companies. Some companies, small SMEs, which is critical to the economy of South Africa, is to get funding for both for the salary and for the training. So we're helping the small SMEs, because the big companies, they've got their set budgets and targets. But where we're going to change or reduce the unemployment rate is by the small SMEs, because they need the hands on the workforce.
So true, so true.
I've got a feeling I'm going to come back to this sort of thing. I just want to move on to something, and I want to ask you this, because in terms of everything you have said, clearly the standard constantly excels, the standard improves. So from the TVET space as well, because the demands are constantly changing. So everything you do here, I mean, we're talking simulators here. I mean, this is a word that never would have been brought up, let's say 5, 10 years, 15 years ago. This was unthinkable then. And even now that we're looking at a course that you explained that has gone down to like 3 years in terms of time, but you're looking at the skill set that comes out of that, plus the exposure and work readiness and all of this. This is a much, much better product in terms of training that we're looking at.
So on that, also it reduces the timing of, or the training time. With this welding simulators that we've got, it's much, the youth or the apprentices, they catch on more easy because it's in their space. PlayStation with a welding simulator, it's something that's in their space. I mean, these days the kids are on laptops and tablets. So in that sense, you reduce the training time. You reduce your cost in the workshops. It's very costly to have a welding student doing practicals over and over and over again. The gas, the welding rods, the material, it's a huge cost. With the welding simulators, it cuts that by 58%. Sure. So now they can play, they can train as long as they want, up until to the point where the facilitator sees these people, they're ready to go into the workshop. And you can see the benefit of it when they're in there. They know exactly what to do, what they're doing wrong, so they've already got the feel. And with the welding simulators, it's about your hand and eye coordinations, your feel of the welding, the distance. So, but you'll get that from the apprentices that's coming, and they will give you a more in-depth.
Yeah, so I'm just touch on that now. You're saying they first basically start off obviously with a simulator. Then is there a time frame, or before they obviously going to do the real thing? So this where they're actually going into the welding, the rooms at the back, and they actually start welding.
So previously it was they will do the theory, they will write the test, and then the facilitator will first show them how to do the practical and stuff like that, and then they will start, and they will do a couple of models. Okay. And here, the machine can actually tell you. You can see with all the readings, it will tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. If you're 90% with the angle, if the stuff is green, you're right. But if it's red, there's a problem. But your facilitator is there to say, this is where you went wrong, do this, you can do it over. You don't have to worry about material that you're wasting and stuff like that. You just said reset and there you go. And everything is recorded. So we can print out, put it in your file. We can go back, so that's the nice part about it. Everything is electronically, so.
Sure.
Exactly.
So, sure.
Lovely.
It has certainly moved on. It has certainly moved on. Let me talk to you about this in terms of career opportunities, employment, because at the end of the day, that's the cherry on the cake.
So we've got huge companies that is currently having our apprentices, like Damien Shepard, Atlantis Foundries, Akura. There's a lot of companies that got our welders there. And the one company already said, I'm taking all your apprentices because of the quality of the apprentice, the discipline of the apprentices. You can see it. And that's the feedback that we're getting. So we're doing something right. So they don't have to worry about the learners' quality of their work, because they've given us feedback and say, whatever you're doing, we want more. So industry is our measuring stick. If industry is saying the quality is not where it's supposed to be, then we have to re-look at what we're doing. But I think so far we're there. There are issues, and I think it's more soft skill. Hence the reason we're bringing in the skills program, so that we can address the soft skill issues. So that's basically with industry and our episodes.
That sounds quite exciting because nowadays you hear a lot where people say, no, you just learn on the job and as you go. Yeah, there's a degree of that.
Yeah.
But it is a bit of a different story when you walk in and, you know, if everybody is on board, which is brilliant. Which brings me to the point, and I knew I was going to come back with this, the partnership in terms of with industry and to assist with their needs. Of course, I can just imagine that this is a continually process that you revisit all the time, you continuously look at it.
So from the industry or our partnership point of view, there's a component in the apprenticeship which is called monitoring. So where the facilitators go out and monitor the apprentices at the companies.
Oh.
So in that space already there we get feedback from the company to give us feedback on that particular learner. So that's one component. What we're also doing is engagement with the companies. We invite them for breakfasts and they must share with us. They tell us exactly what we're doing wrong. Latched to that is the funding partners, because you can't do this without funders. So from our side is we would go source funding. Once we've got funding, we will share that with the industry partners. It's not just about getting all the money at the college. We're looking at our industry partners because they can see the benefits. Okay, Northlink is sharing or looking a portion of the costing. So in that sense, we also assist the companies to get funding. So it's not just a one-way stream, it's from the company side as well. The recent project we did was with the schools where government, Department of Economic Development gave us funding for technical high school students. So we did grade 11 and when they went over to grade 12, we did the 2 phases. To be quite honest with, 80%, all of the learners has been placed by industry.
Oh, wow.
And the feedback is the students that you're sending us is on a different level.
Oh, wow.
The questions that get posed to them, they flying colors. So for me, that is telling me we doing the right thing. Because important is the placement of the learners.
Exactly. And obviously there has been quite a bit of placement has happened because of the experience here at Northlink College.
So obviously with our name being out there, industry know exactly who we are and all that. But we still need to improve continuously. We can't go just, okay, they're taking our apps. We just have to continue improving. We're targeting the RMI, MIWA, SAMRA, with all these small businesses and say, guys, we've got the resources for you to help you with your labor. But there's obviously work to be doing in that space. So that's where we are at this moment in time.
Yeah. No, it sounds very exciting that you have this sort of supply chain, you have this great partnership, amazing relationship, and for industry and companies out there, of course, what kind of challenges would they face in terms of recruiting students?
The biggest challenge is company cultures. Companies got their different culture. They want a certain appy to look a certain way. They must be able to have matric, math, science, and all those things. And that's one of the challenges that we've got is not everybody is going to have matric. Not everybody is doing maths and science. Not everybody's got the N3. We need to take our kids that's grade 10, grade 11, that wants to work. Even School of Skills. That kids is brilliant with their hands. But because their schooling is not being recognized, they don't want to touch them. I can promise you now, if I put a School of Skills student next to a technical high school student, you will compete. But industry is saying they don't want. So we're trying to change that. It's working by doing the soft skills first. Don't just send the student out to the lions, then we must prepare them better so that when industry see them, they can say, no, they're ticking the boxes. They're not coming here and standing around. They know tools and equipment. They know safety. They know the business culture. And so all those things, it fits like a glove. If you don't do the one thing, the other thing is going to fail. And we cannot fail the youth with not preparing them properly for industry.
Exactly. Yeah,
it does sound exciting. I hate to ask you this, but I know there's always something new. I know there's always some developments. There's always something in the pipeline, new developments, anything that you could share. I don't want you to tilt your head.
No, I think for us now at this moment in time is to make sure that industry and anybody that's in the welding space, they know that Northlink is on the next level. I want them to come test us. I want them to come visit us. I want them to bring the students to us. I want them to take our students. And because that is when it's going to tell us where we are with technology. Panel beating and spray painting also with their welding with their spray simulators, and it's technology. People is coming, they want to bring new machines and stuff like that, and we have to get it. Laser jet cutters for the boiler makers. We're spending the money because that is what industry is telling us.
Exactly.
But it's no use we spend the money and the students is not coming or industry is not coming. So, but it's very important to have that partnership and that relationship so that we know we're on the right track.
Exactly.
So at this moment in time, the next couple of months, we're going to promote the welding simulator, and then if we get the budget approved and we can buy more stuff, then we will obviously share that with you as well.
Oh, brilliant. That will be
Quick
good.
question. How long have you had these welding simulators?
Since last year.
Oh, wow.
It's a couple of months. It was
Yeah,
still
we had
early
to-
days in the year.
So we had to prepare the classroom. We had to do the floor, the lighting. There was a lot of stuff that the people, they bought it, but nobody went further and said, but the lighting, because if you put the lights on, it's got the effect on what you see and stuff like that. So it was trial and error, but eventually we got it, it's working. So the students are continuously, every day, they're working on the machine. I said, you must work minimum 2 hours on this machine. For me, it's just to improve your craft.
Yeah.
Because if you go on the other side, that's where it's going to count. Then we can see, okay, it's working. So that's what we're doing with the machines at the moment. For me, I would like to have 15 of these machines. That would be yeah. At this moment in time, it's about 5 million for these 5 machines.
Sure.
So
Okay,
if there's
so
a
we need a
funder,
funding.
a sponsor that can, we will gladly
Sponsor.
open our doors.
There we go.
Speak
Come
to
now,
Rhoda.
companies.
Okay.
Let me sign the check. So if there's any companies out there, please, we need some sponsorship. You know what? And for me, it's all about our students. It's about our future, because this is what it's all about.
Yes.
We need to create jobs. We need to make them work ready. And exactly what Northlink is doing is making our future work
Yes.
staff basically work ready. So when they're leaving school, which I'm loving, you know what?
For me,
More guaranteed.
you know what? You don't have to give a lot of money. Just take one student.
Exactly.
That's it. One student, you change 8 family members' lives. That for me, it's, if we do it in small bits, it's each one, just take one. Just take one. That's it. And then we'll get to the bigger numbers and stuff like that. And that's how we're going to do it. We can't just go say take 500 students. No. Let's just place one. That's all. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. So
That changes it all.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts from your side, Owen?
for me, it's if the parents wants to contact us, if the kids are at school, give us a call. If you want to come over to the college to find out more, we are available. If I'm not available, my PMs is available, the facilitators is available, so that we can make the right decision at school level.
At school level.
If you already finished with school, you didn't get into university or CPUT or UWC or UCT, come to us. Let's see, let's test and see what you want to do, because the challenge that we've got, if you don't get into UWC or UCT, now you want to come to the TVET college, or, and that, we don't want that.
Yeah.
We want to give you all the information so that you can make a sound decision on a career pathway.
Perfect.
But becoming an artisan, that's priceless, because you're going to have work for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
So for me, for the companies, I want to say, if there's anything that they want to know about occupational programs, skills programs, phone us, send us an email, come visit us. We will even go out to you. So to assist companies to open the doors for the apprentices.
Beautiful.
So thank you so much for your time.
you
Thanks for
very
coming on to the Link Show. Absolutely wonderful, amazing insights. And we wish you well with like more than just 15 of the simulators here behind. I hope there's hundreds of them.
We hope there's hundreds of
And
them.
long
Can
may
fill
your
this
amazing
room.
work continue.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Owen.
So that is Owen Francis, of course, that was with us here on the Link Show. I tell you what, things are exciting. And you can see the relationship. And you know what? He touched on so many things, Rhoda.
So many.
And the one thing that he mentioned is in terms of the feedback from industry, of course, what is actually happening in the professional sector. And hand in hand is a tertiary institution that is working with them. So you get those changes, you get to meet the needs, the demands, and everything, which is super and vital important. And of course, because that sets the standard. But it also shows how the course speaks to what is needed out there. And then right at the end, he said, as in terms of the artisan, employ. Always.
Exactly. That's what it's
At
all
least
about.
for as long as possible.
As long as possible. Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm quite excited because in terms of simulators, we kind of got the background, but we know what it's about. There's been the references or two, but more importantly, I suppose we really need to delve into the meat of it.
Yeah.
So we're going to speak now to Corny Gagnani, who will be joining us here on the Link Show, and he's right here. Corny, how's it going? How are you?
Everything is fine, it's fine, it's fine. Good morning, how are you?
We're good. Excited to be here.
Even me too, I'm very much excited to be part of the process. I'm a welding facilitator. So it's dealing and working every day with the machines that we have, which is welding simulators.
Yeah. So you're a facilitator. So we heard a short moment ago that it's been down here for a couple of months. Put us through it. What is it all about? What do you do?
If I should start from the beginning of the process, it's giving people and the students the idea of how welding works, how you start up until the end, how you should perform, and what is expected from you. So based on the simulators processes that we have here, it becomes much easier for me to work with them, because reality, it's based on the cost, it's off. I don't have to be going up and down, talking to our program manager that I'm looking for this kind of consumption that we need or anything that we need. We just have to go straight to the machines. So on cost, we are fine. When it comes to pollution, if however you go deep into science, we talk about pollution. When it's air pollution, the more we use consumables in the workshop, the more we mess up the air. So which is air pollution. On that, it's safe because of having these products here. And then thirdly, I will talk about the incidents and the accidents.
Wow.
No one gets burned here inside. So
I was going to say no burns.
no burns. Before someone can be exposed to the real process, so already they know that they are not burned, there's no any incidents. What to look out for and what to be watch out for. So this is the reason why we have simulators. And as a facilitator, it saves more of my time. Unlike before where I would be going up and down, checking each and every bay. Now it's just a case of showing you this is how it starts, this is how it ends. And then when they move to the real deal, which is inside the workshop, already they understand why they're here. That's how good it is.
So just on Northlink, obviously, and this is what I'm loving about it, because this is all new. It was all new to you as well. So you had to get your training as well prior, obviously, to educate your students as well. So, and how was that experience? It just put you obviously just one notch higher. You're a wanted guy.
Honestly speaking, I would say personally for me, it's a privilege. Yes. We are living in a world where AI, AR, and VRs are the ones that are leading. It's all about technology. So if, however, your mind is moving as quick with this technology, it's way much easier to perform, to do things. So for me, yes, it's a privilege. And for the students who are privileged enough to enroll under Northlink, to be part of Northlink, it's a bargain. Not each and every college can serve this kind of processes. So they are privileged to be here, which is a good thing.
Certainly sounds exciting. There was a moment ago when you said air pollution. That is something that I never would have thought of.
Never
like
thought
all
of
the
that
smoke
as well.
and you know, the fumes and everything that is created. Also, what Owen was alluding to in terms of just going through materials. But if I can ask you about the syllabus in terms of the course and what it is that you facilitate.
Yes.
What exactly happens? How do you do the course?
Based on the course, right now we have a course which is called course, which is Center of Specialization. When we start, we focus more on the theoretical part, which is communication, interaction, teamwork, and anything that you need based on the theoretical part. Then we move to the practical part, which the simulators processes in the beginning, that's where they come in. Again, we add the work experience. So in that part, the whole syllabus, it covers almost everything. After finishing the whole course for 3 years, you're just ready to work. You look like someone who, if tomorrow they can say you are employed, I'm telling you, the whole production, you are running it. You even carry the responsibility. Because the whole program, it comes with all the information that you need. Information that was hidden before with some other courses, where people, they don't understand what to look for in contracts, what to look for, what are South African legislations. Based on the course programs and the programs that we have now, we cover almost everything.
Oh, wow.
If, however, I can bring one student here and then you explain that you're signing a contract today, already they are aware of what to look for, what is it that are benefits, what is it that they're going to lose, what are disciplinary procedures.
Oh, wow.
So the whole syllabus, it covers almost everything. That
Wow.
3 years, it's everything that you need.
And in terms of if you compare it now, I mean, it is intense, like you said, it covers a lot. So you got a much better quality student. But I wanted to ask you this. So in terms of once you've worked with the simulators for X amount of time, then you go to the workshop to go and try. Have you noticed, since these simulators have arrived, have you noticed that upstandard, like the skill that is now much higher?
Honestly speaking, I wouldn't lie based on that. The gap has moved maybe from 40% to roughly 95%.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Because now
Wow.
I have people, even the students that I have now, where the book that we used to cover with roughly 4 weeks, now they're covering in 4 days. They can cover the module based on the practicals from the experience that they
wow.
got from the simulators.
Yeah,
That quick?
So it's saving time. It's
saving
working.
lots of time.
Oh,
Reality is we need more of this.
We
That's where we are.
definitely need more of these.
Yes.
So obviously, setting up the machinery and obviously the gear and things like that. Prior, obviously, you had to have your gloves and your gear basically just to protect yourself. So
Yes.
this is not as intense, obviously, because it's a much more safer space. Am I correct? For
That's
students?
very true. When it comes to the PPE,
Yeah.
again, we'll go back to the reality of the cost. We
Yeah.
save more
Wow.
because we're supposed to be buying more PPE so that when they do practicals, they keep on protecting themselves.
Exactly.
But in this situation, the PPE that they need is just to get the feel of wearing overalls that you know that you are part of the industry. And then with that, all the equipments which are there, they cover everything.
Yeah. So,
So-
it's exactly the same as being on site. You will feel the experience and have it here as well.
Everything is there. There's nothing that is robbed except accidents and heat.
There we go.
When it comes to the sound of how the rods bends to the metal, it's there. When it comes to everything, how
wow.
they fuse in, you always get everything that you need.
Wow.
It's clear.
Wow.
It's as close to the real thing as it possibly is.
Only 5% of heat. That's it.
5%. Oh.
Yes, that's the only thing which is not there. The rest, you experience it as it is. When we talk about the welding techniques, the techniques
gonna
are
say,
there,
yeah.
you will need them. It's the very same thing that you do when you get to the workshop.
So there's different techniques, obviously, for welding. Is that what you're saying now?
Welding on its own, I will say it's art. So when it comes to art, it's like writing. Somehow I tell my students that when it comes to the handwriting, we don't have same handwriting, but we always write in a way that everyone can read, everyone can understand. So how the other student weld, it's not the same way. Because the handwriting will never be the same. So you need the technique. How you hold the pen, it's not the same way. So at the end of the day, the results always come out with the fusion of metals, which is back to welding.
Exactly.
How important is, because now we're looking at hand and eye coordination.
Yes.
Exactly.
With the simulator, does that aid that? Does it help you with that?
100%. The eye coordination and the hands techniques. Remember, they need to work hand to hand. It's like driving a car. You can't drive a car with hands, not using your eyes. Obviously, when it comes to welding, it's the very same techniques. While your eye focus, the hands must always be there to complement the whole process.
Whole process. Yeah.
When we started talking to you, you mentioned VR, which is the virtual reality
Yes.
side. You mentioned AR, the augmented reality. The simulators behind this, is that a blend?
Yes. There you touch to the good part. The VR and the AR, it's fused when it comes to the simulators processes.
Okay.
Please explain.
Explain.
When I talk about the VRs, the VR, it's where if however you put everything on, the gear that you're using to work on the machine that you have, it takes you to the digital world. If however you have the ARs, it fuses the digital information to the real world. So if you combine the two, we have the digital into the real world and the combination of the digital world together. So if you wear the helmet, you can still look aside or have any eye contact. Or if however you want to change anything on the machine, you can still change it with your helmet on because it gives you access to the real world. Again, when everything is on, it's running. When you fuse the QRs and the screen, it takes you again to the digital world. So that's how it works. So the simulators is fusion of AR and VRs.
And that makes teaching much easier.
100%. It's way, way much easier.
Because I'm now thinking to myself, because, you know, like it's an art, as you so eloquently put earlier. It really is an art. It's about getting the feel for it, getting sort of used to the space, how far you got to be, the angle. It's you know, that's something that you got to practice. And I can just imagine now, just you know, how this is definitely something on steroids. You know, you'll just be a lot quicker. Quickly, I would like to know, are there, I would assume, there are many types of welding techniques.
Yes.
My question is, everything or most, or almost, they all covered by the simulators?
Each and every process that we do here in Northlink, it's part of the simulators. So if you go to the simulators, you'll get all the processes that we run in the workshop, except one process, which is gas welding, because there's no way that the gas will come out of there, since I said there's no heat. But everything is there, except the gas process, which the gas process, even the industry, they can come forward with that. It's one of the processes that before it used to give people the feel of how do you get the materials together.
Yeah.
Every single person, when they appear here at school, they always talk about, but gas welding is the welding that we don't get exposed to in the industry. Reality, it's we used to use gas welding to give people the feel to understand the technique of welding, and then we expose them to real welding.
Okay.
So now here we are. We have the simulating process, which you no longer need the gas welding to be exposed to the techniques and the tricks of welding.
Wow.
You do everything inside, and then when you go out, that's there. But all the processes are covered with simulators.
Exactly the same. And
I've got one question, and she's going to ask you three. Levels of difficulty. Is it difficult?
Is it difficult?
Trust me, I can set it to a level where someone can even sweat, but with practice, it's the best.
Yeah.
There is no way. Whether I turn it to advanced, you can still cope very well, as long as you comply with the same techniques. Remember, the good thing about simulators is they lead you, they guide you, and they teach you through. What's best for me is to make sure that for the first time, I give the student, this is how it works, this is what is expected from you, this is what you should look out for. And then the rest, they take care. The machine will give them the results. They don't need me to be there to monitor and check the results, which again, it buys me more time to do the extra work on the other side while the person is working. What I can come for is the results. If there's any difficulties, I check the results, then they need special attention, then I give you attention based on your results.
Okay. Yeah.
So it does make it easier. So I have this friend who I'm sure can't weld. Will you show this friend of mine?
100%. I will definitely do that.
I will tell her. You're going to go weld.
I'm going to go weld.
We're going to do that. We're going to put it to the test.
Welcome to the way.
Have you welded before?
I haven't. I think once, Dougal, I just held the welding machine and it just got stuck and I just let go because I
the
was
friend
like,
does have some experience.
No experience. I just held it and it got stuck and I was like, I don't know what's going on here because I wanted to mess around. But never welded in my life.
Right.
No problem. Just invite the friend to the simulation process.
I've invited already.
I will show them. It doesn't even take me more than 2 minutes to give the instructions. Then they can work.
And then I can start doing the gates and the security gates and...
Quickly, Gordon, talk to us about the competency. And you have broad stroke, you have touched on it. I want to ask you about the competency as well as the qualification.
Yes. At the end of the day, it's straightforward. They end up with qualification, which is red seal. And one thing that I can say, based on our welding code standards and how we comply to how it works, we have international qualification. Right now, as we speak, some of the people who were trained by Northlink, They're doing practicals just to test. If, however, they passed based on their exercises, they'll be working in Scotland. So
Oh,
the
wow.
qualification that you earn through Northlink, it takes you international. There's no way that if, however, you are a welder in South Africa, when you wake up in UK, it's a surprise that I cannot do. You still do the very same thing. The standards that they use is the standard that
Exactly
we
the
give here.
same. Oh, wow.
So, based on qualification and the competency, once you are competent in Northlink, once
Yeah.
you're competent through the qualification and you have covered all the tasks, you are international. Everywhere
Sure.
you go, you can work.
I mean, that says it all.
Here we go. You gotta go. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
So I'm not going to give her the red seal after the test. I can just give her the certificate that she understands what it said.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much.
fair
You see,
enough.
I'm getting a certificate.
And you mentioned though, and Owen mentioned this earlier
Yes.
to us as well. So when you on the simulator, if everything is green, you're okay. If everything is red, there's a
In
light.
trouble.
Yes, based on the guidelines. Remember, it comes with the speed. It's one of the most important things. So if, however, you're moving with a very slow pace, not the right pace, if it turns red, so it's showing you that, no, based on speed, you are not maintaining it. If you had to see the results, you're just going to see the workpiece that has been piled with a lot of welding in
my
one
word.
position.
Are you going to see a lot of red?
No, I doubt. If, however, she
go,
maintains
let's
the
see.
right
Okay,
angle.
let's see.
Again, we have the angle, which is what you must always maintain.
Same.
That's where it changes the color. You will see it has the cycle. If the
Yeah.
cycle turns green, if, however, it's not green, it's red, that means you're not maintaining
Holding
the
it.
right angle. But
Okay.
if, however, it always guides you with the direction of the arrow, you just
Yeah.
have to move it upper or lower,
Lower.
then you get the right direction.
And just listening to you on that now, obviously that's where the memory stays in. You need to, because once you're off the simulator, you need to remember that angle that you were actually with it. So this is where the memory comes in.
Yeah.
And the hand memory, knowing exactly that's the angle you need to hold it at.
You
Ooh,
must always
I'm
know
looking excited about
that
this one.
the angle, since you try to do that, I'll just give you the advice. It's the angle, the speed, and make sure that the distance between the workpiece and the welding torch, it's maintained.
Maintained.
Once you can maintain it, everything will let loose. That's when you're going to lose more
I'm getting
marks.
panicky.
Don't panic.
Connie, listen, thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing insights, giving us a bit of a breakdown of everything in the simulator and how cool it is. And yes,
Exactly.
we
I'm
definitely
looking forward to
Rhoda's
it.
going to test it. Rhoda's going to test it.
Okay, thank you
All
so
right.
much. And
Yeah.
thanks for having me on the
It's
show.
a
Thank you
pleasure.
very much. Thank
We'll hook
you.
up with you on the other side.
No problem. I'll be waiting.
As Connie Ganyani, everybody. Yes, facilitator here, of course, talking to us about the simulators and stuff. And now Rhoda will try a hand at that. But there's also the stuff that Connie was saying, also if you could tie that up with what Owen was saying as
Yeah.
well earlier, you got to get involved in this one.
You have
so in
to.
terms of companies that want to further and upskill, of course, employees, here is the way for you to do it. This
Yeah.
is absolutely the way for you to do it. And that is absolutely brilliant because it also sets the bar for the industry a bit higher. Also in terms of the education that gives, well, that sets that higher, but you're constantly getting that sort of, effect of moving forward, which is absolutely super important. Now, all of that is brilliant when you hear from Northlink College, when you hear from the occupational programs head, when you hear from a facilitator, somebody that does that. But is it the same, Rhoda, when you actually hear from a student, somebody who is doing the course? Well,
Exactly.
we're going to delve deep, aren't we? So we're going to speak to Jamie Lee Jefter, who is joining us right now. And yes, he is. How are
Hello,
you?
Jamie.
Good, thank you, yourself.
Very well. Thank you so much for being on the Link Show.
It's an absolute pleasure and a humbled opportunity.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Great to have you with us. Quickly, tell us about yourself.
So my name is Jamie Lee Jefter. I reside in Kraaifontein. And yeah, I work for a company named Diamond Shipyards. They're located in Foreshore, Cape Town.
Lovely.
So I have an apprenticeship, a welding apprenticeship with them. And the course goes about up to 3 years that I need to do.
Yeah. So how's it going? How far are you into the course now?
We are almost at the end of our first year.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And how's it going?
Good, it's going good, improvement, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
Yeah?
it's exciting. It's exciting.
Before you even went to the employer or anything, have you ever welded before?
I've tried at home, yeah.
You see, same. Here we
I've
go.
tried.
You have to. If somebody doesn't have a welder, if somebody says, you're going to try it. Believe
You
me,
gotta try
not
it.
as easy.
It's not as easy, but it's doable.
It's doable.
It's doable, yes.
So my question to you is, why welding? I mean, you know what? Like they say, it's almost like a man industry out there. And here's a lady, here's basically Jamie Lee going to do welding. What was the reasoning for that?
The fusion of metal was actually very fascinating
wow.
for me. And you know, as your parents, they have a different route for you. And like my father, he never wanted me to enter the man industry. But I think times changed.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's happy at the opportunity that I'm busy doing that, what I wanted to do initially with the welding. So it's very humbling for me at the same time, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I think that is the most important thing. You need to enjoy what you are doing. You can't just say it's a glamorous welding thing, I want to do that. No, you really need to have the passion for it. And I think, you really need to know what you're doing at the end of the day.
Looking at the course that you're doing, what do you enjoy most of it?
Being in the workshop.
Yeah?
Yes, being in the workshop. Yeah, trying new ways of creating and perfecting the art of welding. So that for me is,
Yeah?
what
That's
I
so
enjoy most. And improving my travel speed time while I'm welding, my angle, and yeah, all of that.
Oh, wow.
Now, obviously, you've used the simulators before. You've spent a lot of time on it. Could you felt that immediate growth in terms of your skill, like you were getting better?
Yes, improvement, yes. Muscle memory, it helped me. It helped me so much going to the workshop, working with the simulators, because it shows you exactly where you need to improve, what your angle is, your travel speed. So it tells you where you need improvement. It rates you as well. So I can see improvement on my side, and I'm excited to just improve more.
You're making me excited.
Yeah. Rhoda's got to try one of these.
I'm
She
going to try.
must.
I'm going to, definitely.
Do you have any tips?
She must be relaxed, you know, what I've experienced with the breathing as well. So if
Okay.
you're tensed up, it's going to pick up on that. So you need to be relaxed and content with what you're doing. You need to have faith in yourself as well.
Happy thoughts,
yes.
thoughts. I shall do that.
That is the tip, I can give you.
What a tip.
Definitely. So anything for inspiring students out there, any messages that you got for them? So motivation, especially as a woman coming into the industry, and for the ladies looking at you right now and saying, wow, you're doing it.
Like I said, I'm very humbled at the opportunity that I've got. And never give up on yourself. Don't take no for an answer, because you got to have that good faith, you know, in what you are doing. Ambition is a must. I didn't get this opportunity by sitting to the back and doing nothing. It was blood, sweat and tears. So I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I can just give all honor to the man above.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Jamie Lee, listen, we wish you
Jamie.
all the best. You're approaching the end of the first year.
Yes,
You
that's
say
good.
it's 2 more to go.
Two
We
more
wish
to
you
go.
all the best with everything. And thanks for sharing everything with us and coming on to the Link Show. Much appreciated.
It's an
Thank you so
absolute
much.
pleasure. Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
so much. Oh,
Yeah,
so there
Jamie.
you go.
Yeah, so
It's like you say,
Jamie
the
Lee,
proof
of
was
course.
in the pudding.
Yeah, it is. It is exactly that. And she's touched on it, but you always got to get different, more students, more people who are
Getting more
doing the course
information.
as well.
Exactly, yeah. Because you know what? That was Jamie's Lee experience exactly. For the next person, like it was said in our in the interview as well, for each person is different. It's like handwriting. Everybody experiences it differently. They do things differently. So I think it's only fair to ask another student to, you know what, give their opinion and find out exactly how their experience was, and also how far they were in the course as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I would also like to hear how your experience is going to be once you test it. I'm going to hold you to
I'm
that,
going
Rhoda.
to be
We
breathing.
definitely want to see how it is. But yeah, once again,
Definitely.
thank you to Jamie Lee Joseph, who joined us here. Jaftis, beg your pardon, thanks. That was on the show. And more importantly, we've got another student, of course, who's also being put through his paces.
Oh, yeah.
And doing his thing here, which is Yassine Kassim. Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, it's shake the hand. A good day.
Are you well?
I'm doing great. But I'm on nerves, but I'm good.
Don't be. First things first. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Okay, my name is Yassine Kassim. I work at Diamond Shipyards as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a welding apprentice, as I'm sure you guys know. And I'm really enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah? And how far are you now in all of this?
I'm also a first year apprentice.
Okay,
I started
first
last
year.
year in August.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're also approaching the end of the year one.
Yeah, very soon. hopefully.
And how's it going?
I'm enjoying it a lot. Welding is not really something I thought I would enjoy this much,
Okay.
actually. Because I thought welding, everyone knows welding, you just put a stick on a plate and it makes sparks. But I'm actually enjoying it. There's a lot more to it than I initially thought.
Yeah.
And I'm learning so much.
So much.
So walk us through the day. Walk us through what is the day like?
So firstly, you come into class. Depends whether you're on the theory section or on the practical section or even on the simulators. You come and then the lecturer gives you a briefing of what he expects you to do for the day, how far he would like you to go, and then you just go ahead and try. That's the most important thing, try. Don't just sit and say, no, it's not working, or no, I don't want to. Try. That's the only way you're going to get through it.
Yeah. Then me asking this question probably from a woman's point of view, and you finding yourself, obviously like Jamie Lee's also in the course and working as well on the ship. How are you finding that that change happening within the world? How are you finding that as obviously as a man having to be so-called in a man industry?
Look, I don't think the industry is gender biased in a sense that only men can do it or only women can do it. I think with a specific industry, it's more of, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
Because anybody can do weld, anybody can weld. We have many women welders at work, even here at the campus.
Oh wow.
And it's just a matter of your attitude. Do you have a good work ethic? Are you willing to go that extra mile to be the best at what you do?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I want to ask you this. You said earlier now you didn't expect to enjoy it this much.
Yeah.
So why welding?
Initially, I was studying fitting and turning at Wingfield, Northlink
wow.
Wingfield Campus. And that was just to get myself into the world of trades. Because we weren't really exposed to it in high school. You know, you always told be a doctor, be an accountant, be an engineer, like this. And when I found out about trades and how accessible it is and how valued it is overseas specifically, I had to find a way in there. And while I was there, I found this opportunity of an apprenticeship and I had to jump it. And I'm enjoying it a lot more than initially. It was just, okay, wait, let me do this. It seemed like a better opportunity.
Yeah.
But there's so many things that you learn here and that you experience that you would never experience if you aren't in it.
So what are these things that you enjoy? Well, name one of the things you enjoy most.
Learning about all the other trades. You would think if you're in welding, you're just learning about welding and only welding. But I'm learning about boiler making, I'm learning about fitting and turning, I'm learning about marine fitting. You learn so much and you don't even understand, and it's things that you remember subconsciously. If that makes any sense. Like, you don't realize you will remember this forever, but you do.
Yeah, beautiful. So students out there that's wanting to obviously come to Northlink as well, what will you encourage or tell them or motivate them?
I would probably say, think about what piques your interest, even if it's slightly, and go for it. Go for it, work, put in the effort, and just make sure you're trying to be the best at what you do. You will enjoy it. Trust me, there's no way you can't enjoy a trade job.
Funny, quick question. In terms of the simulators, obviously you've spent a bit of time on it.
Yeah.
And you would have seen as well skill levels just jumping up, getting a feel for it and all of that.
So a big thing with welding specifically is muscle memory. Because if you'll see with even experienced welders, if they stop welding for a long period of time, they can come back to it, and within 1 or 2 runs, they will find themselves back to welding how they did before they even stopped. And it's just a thing of your body falls into it. So these machines sort of build that muscle memory to where you subconsciously remember to always do it.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Let me ask you this: the first time you used one of these, were you red the whole time? Because I understand if you're not doing it 100%, you get red. If it's okay, you get green. Were you red a lot?
I actually might have broken a record for the worst score.
Don't scare me now.
Any advice? Because we're gonna try. Rhoda's gonna try it.
Advice: make sure you're comfortable.
Okay,
While
there
this is
we
all
go.
about being comfortable in where you're working.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I'll try and be comfortable.
Second
Thank
time you're
you.
getting the comfortable
There we go.
advice.
Yes, it's comfortable.
Any final words from you, sir?
Come to Northlink.
Come to Northlink. There you go. Come to Northlink. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you for chatting to us. Thank you for sharing your insights. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
We wish you
Thank
well.
guys.
That is Yassine Kasim. So yeah, he is
Yeah.
also an apprentice. He's doing it. He is also with a company within the industry doing this, also approaching, as Jamie is, approaching the end of the first year.
That's right.
And you gotta like it because you can hear how they say like it's a there's
they're
enjoyment in it.
Exactly. Oh, just enjoying what they're doing at the end of the day and finding it. I mean, look at where Yassine came from, and now he's came to the welding and he's enjoying it. He's having fun.
Yeah.
So you know what, guys? Like he says, come to Northlink.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
we're
what,
gonna go
Rhoda, also
into-
something I picked up on earlier was the fact that we were talking artisans. You got a room full of like-minded people.
Like-minded people, exactly.
You know, and
Yeah.
this is important, and especially for you in terms of the companies within industry that want to elevate that, and especially with the quality. This is exactly how you got to do it.
This is how you got to do it.
Yeah. So
Oh, we're
you
going
gotta-
to jump
you gotta
into
get in
this
touch.
too, girl. We need to jump in. I think we're running out of time, so I need to go and do
Well,
my,
Rhoda, you
my
need to
welding
go
quickly.
and
I need to go
weld.
make my gate quickly, if you don't mind.
No
so
problem.
I will be
no
going
problem.
quickly.
Yeah, I'll
You're
hold
gonna
all
hold
of
the fort
this,
for
and
me
good
quickly.
luck. And I've been told you got to
I
be
must be
comfortable.
comfortable. Sorry, guys,
Apparently,
I'm gonna
that is
go
super
quickly.
important. So Rhoda is just we're gonna get Corne as well to assist you, and they're gonna try and go through it. There, Rhoda goes behind us. There, she's slipping.
here,
You can
I'm
see
here.
her there doing her thing.
Getting
If you're
comfortable.
watching this, to everybody in advance, I would like to apologize. You got to put the helmet on, Rhoda. There
And
we
leave
go.
my specs on.
So there
okay,
it
how
is.
do I do this on top
The
of my
helmet
head?
goes on, there's a screen. Oh, she's got to work all of it and kind of get us a taste. And Rhoda, you
Is
definitely
that
got to
the
give
big-
us feedback on all of this. So there we go. She got it on.
I've
It's a
got
good
it on.
start. You got it on the
Wow,
right
the-
way, it appears. That's a good start.
Ooh,
So there we go.
can I see?
Let's see, Cody is helping her as well.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, I can see everything else. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. I was lost there for a minute.
She got it in the hand. What are you doing,
see.
Rhoda?
I've got it. Am I doing it? There we go. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, look at
I
that.
wish you could see. Can you see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, we see exactly what you see.
So let me start.
We would.
Or am I red or am I green? There? Green, green.
Are you green?
Not yet. Ooh, am I not there yet?
Oh, there we go.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Look
am
at you.
Am I red or am I green?
You
Can I
you're
continue?
doing well, Rhoda. Red seems to be your favorite color.
So far, so good, I hear.
As long as you don't eat purple.
Ooh, yeah, got red, green, maintain the green. It's not working. Wait,
Fantastic, Rhoda. Make a bolle bakkies hier.
There,
I
there.
don't know what you're gonna do.
mas make a bowl of my kies. There we go, it's green, it's green.
There you go.
And I'm not done yet.
Are you
Stop.
done?
Go back.
Woo,
You left the piece.
I left a piece. Is it done?
I think you did pretty well, Rhoda.
I think I've got a skew worm here.
So far,
Yeah.
so good.
You did pretty well.
Let's see the
You did
Let's see the
excellent.
results. Let's see the results. I don't think I'm a very good welder. That ship sank.
No, you did well. How does your results look?
Very bad. Dougal, you don't want to see this.
The good thing about your results is the travel speed. You scored it. You're very good with how you move. But the rest, unfortunately, you have to come back for the second.
Dougal, I must come back.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Not bad,
What an
Rhoda, yeah.
experience.
I
Oh,
think you did well.
wow.
I think Rhoda did particularly well.
You saw my speed was fine, Dougal. My speed was
In
fine.
the simulator she was. She'll make her way back here
Thank you,
to the front where we are. Thanks to Corey who assisted Rhoda there. She'll make her way back. But I think you did very well, Rhoda. Welcome
My speed,
back.
I was happy with my speed. Dougal, what an experience. It's like being in another world. It's having to find yourself. I completely forgot I could see around me, and I was like looking at the screen. What an experience. And you know what? You need to experience this. If you want to find out about welding, come and experience it.
And
I
it
think
felt like
you must, after the show, Dougal, you need to go do this. I mean, it was like such.
Well, I've got a target now, 34.
34.
I'm just
Try and
surprised
beat my
that
speed.
I'm just surprised that you used your other hand. Aren't you a lefty?
I'm a righty.
That explains the 34, right? You don't want to show off.
Guys, you need to come experience this. And as you know what, like he says, the environment, me doing that now did nothing to the environment, but educate myself. And you know what? It was quite an experience.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. No burning. I didn't burn. I didn't have my gear on or anything, so I didn't burn. So, you know what? Come and experience it.
You did well. You did very, very, very well indeed. So this has been a fascinating conversation that we've had today.
Oh, yeah.
uh,
And with the welding simulators, of course, which is part of the offering here at Northlink College, which is absolutely
It is.
brilliant. It doesn't get
Exactly.
bigger than this. It doesn't get better than this. And ultimately, it speaks to it. It makes things easier, it is more streamlined, and especially when it comes to acquiring the specialization, the skills that is needed. And there's so much more than just the actual welding, as you've heard. Not only you've heard it from the facilitators, but you also heard it from people who are currently busy with the course as well.
Exactly.
So that is the important thing. So that is exactly what this is all about. So all you got to do, whether as a prospective student, if you part of the industry, company, you want to get in touch, very easy, go visit Northlink's website. Of course, all the details is at the bottom of your screen right now, but that is what you got to do.
That's right. So guys, it is at www.northlink.co.za. And then if you need to call them as well, it will be 021-970-1990 is the one, which is all the courses. If you're interested, then there is a 900 as well number. So please, if you want to find out, if you want to get hold of this campus and its offerings, is 021-951-2231. So, you know, otherwise go to the website, www.northlink.co.za.
Thank you very much for being part of the show today.
Oh, yeah.
And watching this, of course, remember just to share it far and wide. That is what you got to do, and like it, which is always important. So definitely do that for us. But big thank you, of course, to the guests that joined us today, to Corey, to Owen, as well as Jamie Lee and Yassine for sharing their insights and being part of it. And of course, you've had now a sneak peek of the simulators and what it is really like here at the Northlink Bellville Campus, where I can certainly tell you the standard is, this is the golden standard. This is definitely a level or two up. Is that it, Rhoda?
That's it, Dougal. So don't forget, guys, there's other episodes as well. You can go and look at the link show.
Yeah. Thanks for being part of our journey today. Thank you once again to everybody here at the Bellville Campus. And I tell you what, it does look impressive. And more importantly, I'm going to try my hand out with one of these welding simulators, just as Rhoda did. Until next time, thank you for watching the Link Show. Don't forget the next broadcast, next Link Show will be in a few weeks' time, of course. And that happens at the end of the month.
That's right.
On the next month, last Thursday. Same time.
Same time, same place. Different place in actual fact. We love just traveling. So we'll see you at the next venue.
Until then, take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.